And this segment is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sports booking app. Not only is it safe, but Deke, it's secure. And that last part that we love is the reliability, right?
Yeah.
And we also know this, Deke. We know this. It's a promo code that we're using right now, right?
Yeah.
For all the first-time users, it's a promo code that if you use this promo code, you will receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. The problem is, what's the promo code?
I don't know. I think it's pretty simple, right?
It's
Come on,
simple to me.
you have to remember it, right?
After everything that I've endured this weekend, I'm not sure. So what is the promo code?
Okay, luckily my memory is pretty decent. It's Moats.
There we go. I know what come back to me. The promo code is Moats. So if you use the promo code Moats, for all the first-time users out there, you will receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. So what are you waiting on? Download the app, use the promo code, and let's get an opportunity to make a little money.
I think I can guess on one of them.
What you got, man?
You want me to guess?
I do want you to guess.
Questions? Okay. Were we going to give the credit, though, to...
We'll give him, if you're right, we'll give him credit.
All right, we got to give credit. Benny Snell, RB1.
Well, actually, that was the one I was looking for. That's not the one I was on right now, but we'll go to that.
That was the second one?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So people were asking Benny Snell versus James Conner. Because I wanted to give the person credit who said it, too. But shout out to you, man. I knew you was going to be yours.
Yeah, find them, give them credit. But
Hold on.
I can go off on it while you're trying to find it because, it's clear. Benny Snell is RB1. And we talked about this.
Oh, I found it too. I'm good now. You good?
We talked about this beginning of the season whenever he went off against the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's got a little bit more to him than Conner, just in terms of talent. Like, if we're able to give him the ball 20, 25 times a game, then, I do think he's an upgrade over Conner. And I think we saw it in the Giants game and we saw it in the Bengals game. The biggest thing was always the fumbles.
Mm-hmm.
He did it in the Giants game. He did it again in the Broncos game, and that kind of put him in the doghouse a little bit. So he started splitting carries with Conner. He was definitely the second guy. Max, he was getting his 7-8 carries a game. So you're not really able to see what he's fully capable of up to this point after that Giants game. Now we see him. He was able to protect the ball this game. How many carries did he end up having? Over 20?
18 carries, yeah.
How many yards?
18 carries, 84 yards, 4.7 per. Had a touchdown and a long of 29 yards.
Touchdown. He had some receptions too. I just think you could
his
tell.
receptions, he was 3 for 23, 7.7 per, long of 14. He caught 3 of the 4 targets.
Eye test, the production speaks for itself. I feel like our offense was a little bit different there. I think if we get him, we get Dotson back, dude, we might have a semblance of a running game going forward, and I think that could really help. I think it's no questions, no.
I like it. So this is, and just to give the person credit too, Jesse George says, do you think Benny Snell can be the feature back? I feel like he can be. I love the way he runs, and I feel like he can take over that job. That was my only positive takeaway from this game. Yeah,
I thought him and Deontay, like I said, with Deontay.
No, I agree, man. Benny, he does look a lot twitchier. I love his demeanor in terms of when he runs the ball. He's running to finish runs, not running to not fumble or not mess up or not get hurt. I do think from a ball security standpoint, he didn't put the ball on the ground yesterday, but I did see 2 instances where the ball
it was close.
It was close. And that's the only. So, trust me, most people aren't going to notice it. The only reason we notice is because as defenders, we're taught to look for that. Anytime you're tackling a guy from behind, is that ball wiggling, moving? If it moves, we look at that as, we're going to make him fumble. If every time you see that guy get tackled, that ball never moves, you're like, he doesn't have any issues. And it was definitely times where you see the ball move and now he puts the extra hand on it to protect it after the fact. But to me, that still lets me know that he still has to continue working on it. It didn't hurt us yesterday, but you still want to stay focused. And even with James Conner, we talked about James against Buffalo. He put a ball on the ground that game. We recovered it, so it kind of got minimized, but he definitely put it on the ground. And that's the thing. It's like you'll see it typically, though. It's like, all right, a game or two before, you might see the ball look a little loose, or all right, it moved a little bit, and it's like, all right, well, you got away with it. You kind of forget about it, and then it shows up. So I just want to make sure this isn't a scenario like that either, where you got away with it versus the Bengals, it didn't come out, but now versus the Colts, it does come out. Because they're going to be a lot more ball aware. Darius Leonard, for example, he's a guy that's a ball hawk. He's looking for that type of stuff. So that's the only concerns that I have with Benny. But as a whole, man, I loved how he runs, though, man. I thought. And I don't know if it's just because of Cincinnati, because remember last year he cooked Cincinnati as well. Yep. Like, it's something about when he
closed out the game.
Yeah, man. It's something about when he's playing close to Kentucky, man. He goes off. I don't know.
I don't know.
But he balling out. He definitely balling out. And for those who don't know, the Bengals stadium is really like a 5-minute drive to Kentucky. Like, you just drive over a little bridge and you're in Kentucky, bro. But yeah, every time Benny Snell plays against him, he goes off. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's the thing. But I do think that he has earned more touches. I do think that even if they don't want to make him the feature when James comes back, and this is if James is available next week, because remember, James was a late scratch. He didn't practice the first 2 days of the week. I think it was Wednesday and Thursday. He was limited Friday. I think they did walk through Saturday, but he ended up being scratched or whatever from the game on Monday. So with that being said, Monday night kickoff, and now Sunday game, just seeing, is he going to be available? Is he healthy enough to play? If he is, I still feel like you go 50-50 with those guys. Ooh. Even if Connor is healthy, I still go 50-50. If Connor isn't healthy, I'm riding Benny Snell. Benny Snell needs to be 15 plus touches out the backfield. 15 plus touches as a runner, not even screening. I want to see him getting those, because we said he's a high volume carry guy.
I was going to say, this was brought up whenever I was watching the game. I was over at my brother's house, a couple of my buddies. They were like, man, with Snow, it just seems like you get him the ball more, he's going to heat up a little bit. And we talked about this with Connor, though, too. They're similar. I just like Benny Snell as a talent and just a runner over Connor, just from an eye test standpoint.
Well, and to me, the biggest problem was this. Not even Connor's first year as a starter. We haven't seen, as much as we say Connor is a volume carry guy, the more touches he gets, the better he gets. We've also seen the data backs this up. When he's getting a heavy amount of touches early in the season, typically his productivity drops off the last, 4, 5, 6 games. And they said they look at it as if, okay, man, X amount of carries early on equals him teetering off in the back end. Now, I don't know if Benny Snell is different in terms of would he be able to sustain that level of punishment, because you talk about it, it's a lot. You're going to get banged up. And that's, I feel like, has really happened to James Conner more so than anything. It hasn't been the major injuries, right? With Le'Veon, it was like, it had to be a major injury. Other than that, he was available. Yep. With James, we're not seeing major injuries. It's more so the knickknacks, the ticky-tack stuff. And that's why it always feels like he's hurt for just so long, because it's like, well, man, he hurt this 2 weeks ago, but he's still dealing with it, and he's still trying to play, but he's not playing, but he is playing, but he doesn't play well. So it's a lot that goes into that. Benny Snell, him being younger, we haven't seen him really deal with, health issues like that. So that's why, to me, I would want to see, okay, you've done well with these limited opportunities. Throughout these past 6 games, we haven't had a semblance of a running game. You came in and made that happen with no Dotson, with no Matt Filer. I want to see that again. Yeah, I need to see more. I at least owe it to myself to see, can you replicate that productivity regardless of if James is available or not? I need to know, can you replicate that? So that's why, for me, I would at least, like I said, if James is healthy, 50-50 split. I need Benny Snell getting touches. If James isn't healthy, Benny's my feature guy.
Okay. I'm good with just giving it all to Snell. But you brought up the points of, the ball security and all that type of stuff. But that's just me. I
can dig it. And the other reason why I still said if James is healthy, I would keep it 50-50 is, number one, James still is the way better pass protector in terms of just keeping Ben clean. Like, he excels in that. Also, with James, you still can be a little bit more dynamic, both running and passing. This was probably the first game in a while we've seen Benny have success just catching the ball out the backfield, you know what I mean? Whereas with James, we know he has that part of his game. So that's why it's like, I don't want to take that from him, but I don't want to get to the point where we're tipping the hand of, if it's a run, it's Benny. If it's a pass, whether the guy's going out on a route or protecting, is James. Like, that's going to be too predictable.
100%. No. Snell showed some flashes.
No, he definitely did, though, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. I just hope he can continue it, man. That's the biggest thing. Keep it going.